All right, guys. This story comes from the year 2015, and it was for a show under the name of Outlaw. I think it was just Outlaw Wrestling, man. It was ran by Devin and Mason Cutter, and they're the Hooligans, and a lot of new. Sorry, the fucking had an update. A lot of modern day wrestlers or even some fans probably don't know too much about the Hooligans, because that's just how fast the wheel moves in professional wrestling. You know, 1 year, you know, someone could be top shit and killing it, and the next it's a fucking they move on to the next thing, the next toy. So anyways, that's not to discredit the Hooligans by any means, because the Hooligans were the fucking bomb and still are, man. I haven't seen their work recently, but I know that they came back as a tag team in the last 2 years. And anyways, the Hooligans, man, absolute fucking characters in and of themselves. I'm gonna give a quick backstory, and then we're gonna get to the show that I'm talking about that was absolutely fucking insane. So the Hooligan brothers, man, they grew up in the business with my trainer Matt Cage, so I heard lots of stories about these guys, man, and they breathe about 85% weed and 15% air, and I think the math's right on that. Maybe I'm fucking wrong, but those guys, man, they smoke weed like no other. Pretty sure they still do. I think one of them might have gotten sober, but regardless, these guys are insane. One time we were at a Dreamwave show, right? And this isn't the story, but it's fucking a precursor, I guess. And we were all at the after party. Dreamwave back in the day was known for their very fun and entertaining after parties. And I think the bar was called like 316 or 365, some shit. Talk about a party town, even if it was a small town Illinois fucking place. Like, these small town Illinois towns, they know how to party. Also, if I'm stumbling or fucking sounding dumb, it's because I just smoked pot. So anyways, we're at this bar and we're chilling, and young JJ Garrett, probably 20, 21 years old, is just chilling there, drinking a beer, trying to flirt with some ladies and failing successfully. And out of nowhere, as I'm, trying to seal the deal, and, the Cutter brothers come up from behind me and give me what they call the necro punch to the back of the head, where they both come at the same time, clock me, I fucking fall and eat shit, and knock the table over, knock all the drinks over. I think one of the girls' dresses got all fucking nasty, and then she started yelling at the Cutters, and she's like, "I am a lady, you don't do that where I'm from." I think she was from like North Carolina or something like that. So I guess they do it different up there, but in Illinois, you get punched in the back of the fucking head, and it's just how it goes. Anyways, moving on. Cutter brothers are insane. They're fucking awesome, and they're yeah. So 2015, somewhere in Illinois, the Cutter brothers are running a show called Outlaw Wrestling, and I can't remember, it was out some like event, not event center, but it was just a gymnasium, an old school gymnasium. It might have been attached to an old school, one of those brick buildings, square brick buildings. And anyways, we have this show. It's a successful show, right? Good turnout, and a lot of the good brothers on the show. Well, I was in a scramble match, right? And I'm just going to point out this. I always bring this up to him when I see him. Mike Outlaw. That's just his work name. He has no affiliation to the show other than having just worked with them, right? Mike Outlaw out of the St. Louis, Missouri area. He's a good dude. In this scramble match, we're hitting our dives, right? And he goes to hit an offensive maneuver dive outside the motherfucking ring, right? And it's this move that's called a... I don't know if it's a tope, but it's a front flip through the middle and top rope, right? So you're going like a suicide dive, and then you do the fucking flip. pretty dangerous move, and you have to have amazing timing. And normally, whenever I've seen him do it before, right, or when I had seen him do it, he always hit it spot on. But this one particular moment, I think the ring was a little bit higher or lower rope-wise than we were used to, and he goes for this flip maneuver through the middle and top rope, clips the back of his heels on the top rope, and domes himself directly into the cement. And he's fine. He still wrestles to this day. He's healthy. He's in shape. But the fact that didn't knock him out or break his neck is mind-blowing. He remembered all of it. He was fine, just from what I remember him telling me. And built like a fucking Terminator, dude. So that was a crazy part of that night, right? So that really started it. Then most of the matches are starting to become finished up. And, you know, a lot, at least back then, a lot of the boys like to get together, smoke a little pot, and drink beer, you know, or drink whatever the fuck, really, among other drugs. And I will not name them, and I did not do them. But we're rounding up towards the end of the night. Everybody's partying out back. I don't know how to describe it other than it was very much a backwoodsy country type of vibe at this show. And anybody who's wrestled in Indiana, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So we're all outside, or we were all, you know, hanging outside the fucking building. Show's still going on, about done, and we're all outside. And I buy this bush weed, this Mexican weed. It was $5 for a gram, and at that point, if you wanted a good gram of weed, you had to pay $20 for it, right? Well, I knew what I was getting into, but I was broke as shit, so I paid $5 for a gram of Mexican ditch weed. And I smoked this stuff, and it gives me the most insane headache I've ever had, but at the same time, I was kind of stoned, but not really. It put me in a weird headspace. So now I'm like, what the fuck is happening? While I'm like enjoying this fucking high, I'm sitting there with, I want to say it was Mike Outlaw, but I can't fully remember. And then Nick Depp, Nick Depp, not Tony Deppin. Nick Depp, I worked with him a lot at IWA Mid-South. He's good shit. He still wrestles in Kentucky and Indiana often. So, but anyways, I'm not gonna say what he was doing, but he was doing mind-altering drugs. We all fucking were, right? Weed's mind-altering, beer's mind-altering, but he did this dance where we were just sitting there, and nobody was saying anything, and out of nowhere he does this fucking and then like busts a move, and then comes back up and just like, he's like, so yeah, it's a little something like that. And but we'd had no lead up to that. He just did the dance and then did like, so yeah, a little something like that. in the middle of fucking silence. And just walks away. I was fucking mind blown, right? So, oh, and at the same time, I'm like, as I'm mind blown by this with Nick, I'm sitting there, and Devin Cutter comes up to give me my payday, right? And for some reason, I don't know what it was, but I thought he was paying me money for smoking him up earlier. And I'm like, oh no, I'm good, bro. It's on me. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. Little did I know he had my fucking pay in his hand. I'm like so out of my mind and also confused from fucking Nick. Not fucking Nick, but what Nick just fucking did. So I just denied my payday. I smoked $5 Mexican ditch weed, and I just watched Nick do something, and it was mind blowing. So fast forward past all that. I go and sit in the locker room to try to chill out, and it's me and like everybody, Reed, Bentley, the fucking Cutter brothers, Joseph Schwartz, and then John Wayne Murdoch. This is one of my most fond memories of John Wayne Murdoch. We're sitting in there, right? And oh no, Bentley, yeah, no, they all were sitting there because it was the Viking War Party, Jake Parnell or Warhorse, and Alex Rudolph. I'm pretty sure this is the match, and it was them versus Reed Bentley and John Wayne Murdoch, the Rejects. And they had a tag match, and they were told specifically before the show, don't break any chairs or tables. And this is the main event. And after the match is done, you know what they all four start doing? They start taking all the fucking tables and all the chairs they're not supposed to break that's owned by the building, and they start fucking just tossing them and flipping them and smashing them and jamming up their fucking asses. Dude, it was crazy. They come back through the curtain, and we're sitting there chilling like that shit's normal. And then this gentleman, I gotta say, he's a black guy. He was a very nice guy. He was like the manager, owner of the building. And the way I'm gonna say this, I need you to know he's black because it was just that much more funny how he said it. He's like, you dumb motherfuckers. You guys are grown ass men coming in here breaking all this shit. Get your asses the fuck out of here. And he said that about 5 times over. Get the fuck out of here. And very intimidating. I was like, fuck, dude, let's all go. He's yelling at all the wrestlers. He's like, and you know what? You're not taking that fucking ring, and you're not taking any of your sound equipment. I'm keeping it all here, and I'm calling the cops right the fuck now. And all John Wayne Murdoch does is looks up, rolls his fucking tape off his wrist, balls it up, and tosses it, and it hits the guy in the nose and just fucking boop. And he's like, fuck this shit. And so he calls the cops. Meanwhile, the cutters are calling orders to all the work. He's like, guys, we're about to get fucking arrested. Get the ring down, get the sound equipment, and let's get the fuck out of here. So this entire time, we're all getting up, we're raging, it was like, imagine being high on $5 Mexican ditchweed, and this shit's just a mosh pit in the locker room of people just running around getting all their shit. And then we're all going out there, and we're like, I'll tell you what, we got that ring down in probably 4 minutes, 4.5, being fucking, generous, right? And I remember just standing in the middle of all of it one time and seeing everything happening, and at the same time there's loud, like, I think it was like Gwar heavy metal playing, like, and everybody, it's just like the music and the atmosphere match so well. And this dude, this owner, is just in the middle of all. He's like, no, fuck no, trying to hold pieces down and shit and make sure we didn't take anything. And luckily we got out of there before the cops arrived. But that Outlaw show in 2015 was fucking bananas. And that was right when I had first really started gaining traction, like bookings on my own, right? And it was just crazy, man. Oh, one little thing I don't want to leave out. As a joke, during the match, or after the match, because I had gone over, not put myself over, but put myself over. A fan wanted me to take a picture with their baby on the way back from the ring to the locker room. So I hold the baby, they take a picture, and I just run off with the baby like I'm gonna fucking, I shouldn't have told that part, but it was a joke. I brought the baby back, the baby's safe, I'm not that guy. It was a lot of fun, man. Hooligans, even though they didn't run too many shows, the shows they ran I know were pretty good. And I'm glad that they're back around doing it again. They could really teach a lot of young guys anything and everything, anything and everything. And that's the thing. I really should have fucking got Jake Parnell or Alex Herzog on here, because the stories they could share about riding on the road with the Hooligans, I'm sure, would be astounding. Anyways, guys, that is the story from Outlaw Wrestling 2015, somewhere in Illinois, and that's that, man. Good times. You certainly can't do that shit anymore.